Hi guys, my name is Leah, and today I'm going to show you how I've started connecting my rainbow loom bracelets. Basically, I have bigger wrists than normal people, or an adult size wrist even. But most of the time when I do a rainbow loom bracelet that just has one side, you have to do the connector, and I don't really like that. I kind of like the pattern to go all the way around, so I've come up with a way, and maybe there's already a way out there, but this is my way of connecting two rainbow loom bracelets into one. This is basically two double X rainbows that I've connected together. So this was the first one, and this was the second one, but I connected it right here in the middle to make one longer rainbow loom bracelet. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do that. Basically, I've already done a rainbow X bracelet, a rainbow loom X bracelet, double X. And I've completed it all the way to the end. So now I'm going to show you how I take it off. I'm going to show you how to make the second bracelet, just in case you don't know how to do the double X. And then I'm going to show you how to connect them. So first of all, you're going to need three things. You're going to need 3 pencils, anything that's straight and pointy that can hang on to your bands. I'm using my hook, and I'm using 2 knitting needles. So basically what you do here is at the end, down here, your arrow, this should be where your arrow is. So this is where you actually start, but this is where you're going to pull this off. Normally on this you would pull it differently, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them on all 3 pegs. I'm going to stick a knitting needle through there, so that holds this peg's stuff. I'm going to stick the other knitting needle through the other side. And then I'm going to stick my needle or my hook and stick it way in. And then I'm going to grab all 3. And when I do, I can pull off my bracelet. So here, I have my double X bracelet, and I have it connected with these 3 guys. And I use these 2 on the outside so that I remember where they go when I put them back on the pegs. So I'm going to set those off to the side because you don't actually need them. I'm going to turn my loom around, and before I start, let me show you that my loom is actually straight across. This one you're going to have to move from its normal spot up, I believe. Yeah, however it is normally, you're going to have to move it to get it sort of straight across. So I'm going to show you how to make the double X bracelet just as we go, because I've got to make it anyway to attach to my second bracelet. So basically, I'm using Cubs colors. Go Cubs. Sorry if you don't like Cubs, but it's for someone else. Basically, I'm going to start with the color red. And I'm going to show you how to do this so that you can make this bracelet too. So, you're going to go from the middle peg on the bottom, and you're going to go up and to the left. I like to push these down a little bit. And then you're going to go from middle peg up to the right, so it makes a V. And then I'm going to go with another red from the bottom peg to the center, and then I'm going to go from the bottom right peg to the center. So by the time you're done, you should have 2 X's. Let me show you again. So my next color I do is blue. So I'm going to go from the center peg, and this is where your red ones are. Center peg up and to the left. Take another blue, center peg up and to the right. You should have your V, and then bottom left peg to the center, and bottom right peg to the center. And when you do, it should look like that. Let me show you one more time. This time it's white, so it may be a little hard to see, but center peg up and to the left, center peg, bottom center peg up and to the right, so you have your V. And then I'm going to take bottom left up to the center, and bottom right up into the center. And those are your 3 colors, my red, blue, and white. And I'm just going to continue this pattern all the way to the end. And I'm sorry to tell you that I don't have video editing, so I can't just pause and, you know, whip ahead. So really quickly here, I'm just going to finish my pattern all the way to the end. And like I said before, I have bigger wrists than normal people, or I guess I have an adult, like if you're making one for an adult male or an adult female, sometimes the wrists are bigger. So I wanted to come up with a way that you could still have the bracelet all the way around and you didn't have to do the basically like a teardrop or a single loom edition. I came up with another way to do this because I'm always looking for new ways to do something when it doesn't seem to be working quite right. Another way that I did it, and I'll show it to you before the end of the clip, is I actually connected two of the same bracelet with two C-clips. One C-clip on one end and one C-clip on the other end, and that way you could also connect two patterns to make the bracelet. And certainly there's nothing wrong with doing a single chain to connect your bracelet, but for me, this is a more attractive way to do it. Alright, just a couple more here and I'll be at the end of my loom. Alright, one more section, I must say. Oops. Alright, so when you're completely done, your loom should look like this. You should have double X patterns all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to flip the loom around so that the arrows are pointing away from you, and this is where we're going to attach our other bracelet. So basically down here at the bottom you have white rubber bands, or I have white rubber bands, I don't know what color you have. And I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the right, and I'm going to take these and I'm going to just attach them onto the right peg, just like that. And then I find it easier to do the left one next with my other knitting needle and leave the center for last. So what I'm going to do is essentially I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to slide it over and pull out my crochet or my knitting needle. So, oh no. Hold on just a second, this slipped off. You can fix it if it slips off. Just a little more difficult. There we go. Okay, and then attach that back on. Okay. And then I'm going to attach my center section. And this one, okay. So basically when you get all of your bands on, it looks like that. So you basically transfer them from your needles or your pencils or whatever onto here. Now it's time to hook it. Okay, so normally you would just start here and pull it up. You're going to do the same thing you've normally done. You're just going to take this and actually you're going to reach down inside and grab that hook. You're going to reach down in the red on the right, bottom right, grab it and pull it forward. And you're going to reach down in the red pens. And this will be a little hard because you have a whole weight of a bracelet pushing on you here. Grab the top band and go to the left and grab the bottom band and go to the left. And that's what it should look like. Again, when these are on here, you're going to go inside here, pull it up and go to the center, grab the bottom right, go inside the red, pick it up, pull it to the center, go in the center here, take the top band, pull it to the left, take the bottom band, pull it to the right. And that's what you should get. And that's how you've attached your bracelet. So now you're going to continue the hooking for a double X bracelet. That was the hard part right there. You have to go inside. So now here's how we hook this bracelet. So you're going to go inside the white bands. You're going to pick up the top band and go to the left. You start at the center this time. You go back in, pick up that one, go to the right, and then you're going to go to the left side, pick up and go to the center. Right side, go inside, pick up the blue and go to the center. And that's what it should look like. Now I'm going to show you one more time. So aside from when you do the first set you start on the left and then you go to the right and then you go to the center. The rest of the way you're going to start the center. So here I'm going to start in the center. I'm going to pick up the top band, the top red band for me, and I'm going to pull it to the left. Then I'm going to pick up the bottom band, go in again, pick up the bottom band, pull it to the right, and then I'm going to go to the right bottom left, and I'm going to, or right bottom left, the bottom left, go in, pull up the red, pull it to the center, go to the bottom right, pull the red band and pull it to the center, and then you're going to do this all the way down, and then I will show you what it looks like when we're done. And again, I'm sorry I don't have pausing capabilities so that I could just pause this and just zip through it, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty quick, so this shouldn't take too long for me to finish the bracelet. And actually, when you're making this bracelet, like when I did the attachment, that's essentially what you would do down here anyway to start the bracelet. Is that you would pull this one to the center, this one to the center, this one to the left, this one to the right. Except you wouldn't normally go inside because there wouldn't be any bands. So you're only going inside because you have bands that you want to attach. So you can always back it up and watch that part again, or hopefully you'll get it the first time because it's really not too complicated. It's basically you're doing the same pattern you would for a double X bracelet. Normally you just have a little added thing with the bands going on there. Alright, last section. Alright, and when you're finished, it should look like this. You can go all the way down, and then your very bottom, you should have your little tail hanging off. Now the other one, we left these straight so you could put your things through. Now, if you want to continue on and make this into an ankle bracelet or into a necklace or whatever if you want to do something that's super long, you can just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Just put your things through here, pull it off to the side, make another bracelet, and just keep adding to it. I'm going to finish this one here because 2 is usually enough for me. So to finish it, I'm going to go through, I'm going to put my hook all the way through the left side. I'm going to pull it up and pull it to the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Pull it up, pull it to the center. Now, I'm going to grab a red rubber band. It's the same color as my end color. Stick my needle all the way through, grab an extra rubber band, pull it up and through, and then put it on here, and then pull this one up and over, and grab the first one so that you make kind of a tie on. Just like that. And now you're ready to detach. So I still stick it in there and I pull it off. And what's really cool is that now that I've pulled it off, you can see that it's one solid bracelet, and you can't even really tell where the connectors are. Yeah, So that's it. I hope that this is helpful or useful to someone, and that you guys use it, because honestly I can't even tell where the break was and I'm the one that did it. So feel free to use this, and hopefully it helps. Thanks guys.